And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series. So I hope everyone is doing well today. I certainly am. It's another wonderful evening, and it snowed about a foot today. Yeah. Actually, as of last episode, it was the same thing, but you never know. Do I have hardened? There it is. Okay. So today, we're going to be working on something a little bit new and interesting. So far, we haven't gotten much into forestry. Usually I do my tree farm by using forestry, but today I didn't. So we're going to be making a Thermionic fabricator. We need a sturdy casing, some gold, and a chest. So why don't I get the 4 gold I need, the 2 tin, and the 6 copper, and I need 3 glass and a single chest. Where did that copper go? Should have just shown up here. But it looks like it's taking a couple seconds to make its way over. Oh, there it is. So the first thing we need is some bronze. Because that machine casing, which is basically very similar to the IC2 machine casing, actually it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Thermionic fabricator. There we go. You can go back into the net and let me get a bit of glass out of this. Awesome. So what we're going to be making today, because I decided to give my iron reserves a bit of a break, is a forestry multiforme. Now, this machine works by taking glass and using it to encapsulate stuff, basically. Just stuff. So what it does is it's actually going to melt that glass into liquid glass. And then we're going to need to make some farm blocks. And we're going to use stone bricks for this. Ah, good. They're finally fixed. And tin electron tubes. Now, let me check out the Forestry wiki, because I want to figure out what size I want to make this thing. Oops. Let's check out farm configuration. Okay. Nope. Farm structure. It's always kind of difficult to find this thing. There we go. All right. So I want to make very large, which is 5 by 5 by 4. So 5 by 5. Oh. Let's do 4 by 4 by 4. 4 times 4 times 4. A stack. Okay. So we need to make ourselves a stack of these tin electron tubes. And I think I remember how to craft them if I'm lucky. Let's go over here. Let's get that. And a fair amount of redstone. And yes, I'm totally doing this as a resource sink. Alright, so let's go like that. Perfect. And I need a stack of these. Not quite as much of a resource sink as I was hoping. But we'll get there. Don't worry. We will, in fact, get there. Oops, no. Redstone does not go in here. Redstone goes in there. Bought us a little bit of space. All right, no big deal. Now, if I look at here, not quite enough stone bricks. Let's do this. I need about 2 stacks worth of stone bricks. Well, I made a little bit more than I needed, but that's okay. We'll use them. Alright, so I need the stone. Oh, right, okay. And then I need about 2 stacks of copper. I actually only needed 1 stack of stone bricks. So I have that. Let's clear this recipe here. And actually, I could shift click right in. So I have these, I have these, I have 2 stacks of copper. And now I need 2 stacks of these oak wood slabs. That's right, this isn't an AE system. So let's get that. Alright, let's open this thing up. This thing up, I guess. Okay. Let's do that. Do I have any other? Okay, so that should be enough. Right like this. So that I can do all the way up to 64. There we go. Now I can always add on to that later if I need to. But for right now, that should be perfect. All right, now how far out does this thing extend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it's 5, 10, 14. 14 on the side. Oh boy. Do I have charge in this thing? No, I don't. Let's charge this thing up. Which reminds me, I need to get that sorted out in this too. All right, so that should get sorted, pulled together like that. All right. Now we're going to need a couple other blocks to make this thing work. We need a valve, a hatch, a gearbox, and we really don't need control. Alright, so we need just a couple more items. So let's get some stone gears. So I need a hatch. I need a trapdoor and 2 tin gears. So let's get 2 stone to start with. I need a farm valve. Let's get another one. And then I need a farm gearbox. So I need 3 more. Okay, so let's get some tin out. We need a fair amount of tin for this. That's aluminum, that's tin. And that should all show up as it shows up. But I know I'm going to need Alright. I'm going to need a trapdoor. And the gearbox, okay. Hatch, okay. Valve, I'm going to need some glass for that. Okay. So let's convert all of this into tin. I need that. I need this. And I need that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is a hatch. Okay. We have our hatch. Now we need a valve. And now we need a gearbox. Awesome. Okay. Let's get that and that. Return these to whence they came. Alright, so now let's go outside, and I'm going to clear out an area to build this thing in. I don't think any area I have right now is big enough, so I'll be right back. Alright, so the basic structure of this thing, as I'm clearing out terrain, is a 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 by 4, and it also goes down underground. So let me, oh, I'm right over this thing. Oh joy. All right, so let me, yep. All right, so there's that. Hoy. Could be a little tighter into the rest of my base than I want it to be. But building it here means I probably won't have to chop down a redwood tree. Okay. Oop, no, what I wanted to do. I wanted to go like 1, 2, 3. Basically, as long as I have access to the thing, I don't mind too much. Okay. So now, let me see what I want to do here. Yeah, so let's just fill this in. Ew, did I completely overmake this thing? I did. I made far too many bricks for this. Okay, that's fine. Let me just jump outside and see how this thing looks. Yeah, 4 times 4 times 4. 64. Unless I did 3 times 4 times 4 by accident. Yarp, I did. Okay, so notice how not all the blocks fit there. That is absolutely fine, and actually was honestly quite expected. Let's just patch this in here. Okay. Yeah, the reason I was so confused is because it wasn't fitting. And now we can place in our hatch, which will go over here. Our valve, which will go in here. And we'll have our gearbox over here. Okay. So now, all I should have to do is, if I run over to my request pipe, which is always on the wrong side of the building, I've noticed. And we need some red. I have to make some more of this, but that's okay. That can wait for another episode. Or in between episodes, in fact. Hopefully this will actually reach. So the first thing we need to connect is power, actually. Yep, I'm just a wee bit short here. That's fine. We can connect that later. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is upstairs. We need to draw basically a pattern, okay? And we're going to do it with stone bricks. Okay. And that pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that 5x5 pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, goes for all 4, straight radiating away. That probably doesn't make sense to you right now, but once I finish this, it'll make perfect sense. So basically, directly in contact with each side, like this. And I'm just going to get rid of the dirt by shoving it into the machine. So we have to clear this out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2. Perfect. And we'll just layer this out with some more stone bricks. And yes, you do have to put dirt in the machine. After all, it needs something to plant stuff on. So let me finish up this stage, and I'll bring you guys back in when I'm done with it. Because honestly, right now it's just a lot of terrain clearing and boring stuff. So let me bring you back in a few minutes, guys. Just a quick tip, guys, for when you're low on iron. Don't forget, you can also make IC2 buckets out of tin. Just like so. So let's drop down here. And let's get some of that. That's my farm valve. Let's put that water there. And some water here. And an aqueous accumulator just like that. What we should see is that this thing gets water. Alright. I made myself a few more energy conduits. So let's get this guy connected. Like so. No fertilizer. Remember how I said, if I can get around in here, that fertilizer would be very important? Well, let me show you why. Let's request some 30 fertilizer. I should see some apatite and sand racing over to here. And the excess fertilizer goes off, which is no big deal for me. You know, it's going to race off and go do its thing. But what we can do here now is we'll put the fertilizer in. And what should happen, if this entire thing, there we go, updated correctly, which it did, thankfully. And if I can make it upstairs in time, we should be able to see it placing dirt down. Okay, hold on, it's putting down humus. Though, it's chopping up the redwood tree quite nicely. Let's get all this back as dirt. Because I forgot a step that was very important to how this thing should work. Shoot up the redwood nice and quick. Left the base layer there, but where did my axe go? I had one. Oh, there it is. This will get burned down to charcoal. Now, of course, I don't want this thing producing trees. I already got trees. I, in fact, have trees in abundance. In fact, I'm just going to burn most of this down to charcoal. And I'll put the rest of it in this one. There we go. What I want to do with that instead is I want to turn it into producing a crop farm, which needs bronze electron tubes. Ooh, bronze electron tubes, huh? Well, it's a good thing that we are not at all short of tin and copper. Because now we need some bronze electron tubes. I think this should be enough. But mind you, we can't just put the bronze electron tubes into the system. Well, first of all, you guys should stack. There we go. There we go. Sorry for having to sort the old inventory here, but there. Okay. That's a little better. Okay, that's done. We also need to make a circuit board. In fact, we need to make... what is it? An intricate? Yes, we need to make an intricate circuit board. Oi. Alright, so let's waste some power here. And we need to get ourselves... throw that in here for right now. We need to get ourselves a carpenter. Now, that's going to mean that... 3, 2, okay. Because I think what I'm going to need to do here, if I remember the recipe... okay, that did not work as planned. Should be 2... and 6, like this. Because I believe... oh, right. That's bronze, that's tin. If I can click today, and there we go. Alright, so what I should be able to do now is get... I think it goes something like this. Right. I know I've made a carpenter for you guys before. Yes, carpenter. All right. So let's put that carpenter down and let's get some water for it. Because I can't set up a liquid supply pipe over there. Because it's a little cramped. That's the problem. It's a little cramped over there right now. Let me just fill these both up so that just in case it doesn't work. And this episode probably is already running over. That's okay. We're just going to do this as quickly as we can. So I'm going to drop that in there. Going to need 3 gold, 6 redstone. So some of this. I could really use some more resources. $3 gold. And this should get me that intricate circuit board. Now we're also going to need a soldering iron, which is more bronze. Okay. I think I'm actually fresh out of bronze over here. Forestry likes its copper, so that's one good thing for us. 4 bronze. And what was the recipe? 3 iron and a bronze ingot. Ugh, 3 iron. I'd really rather use less iron here, but okay. And that should need yet more water. Okay. So if I clear this recipe, I go like that, and like that. Then we'll make ourselves a soldering iron. Okay. Now let me just make sure I got this right. Bronze. Crop form. Awesome. Okay, so now what we do is we take our soldering iron and we right click and it opens up this inventory. And what you want to do is put your tubes in, switch to manage farms, and then drop your circuit board on top, and that puts it in there. All right, you don't want to do anything else, otherwise it won't work correctly. And then you just drop it into this slot, and as you can see, managed farm crops. And now we can put our dirt in. And it'll start putting the dirt out. It's pulling some of the dirt back in as it fills it with water because it's actually intelligent. And now we're just going to get our wheat. About that much, because we have other stuff to do with the seeds. So let's put this in here. It'll start planting as things hydrate. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we have to do. I kind of want to put glass there, actually. Do I have any glass that makes sense? I don't think I actually do. I can use some thickened glass covers. There we go. So that is our farm. It's not quite done yet, though. What we need to do is we need to get a logistics pipe. Actually, wait a second here. I have logistics chassis Mark II. It's got a couple blank modules. So let's make ourselves a supplier module. I can only do it as a passive supplier. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, that's just standard. Okay. One of these. And yeah, you know what we can do? We can just do this. And I'll be right back when I'm all set, because I know I'm hitting that wrapping up point and I want to get this done for you guys. Alright, so we put a supplier pipe and an extractor. All we're going to tell this thing is to keep $64 stocked in there at all times. Partial. So it'll always keep it filled, even if it only has to keep a relatively small amount of it in there. And now we're going to wait a few minutes so that I can show you guys something cool. Well, actually, you know what? It's fine as it is. So if I throw an autarkic gate on there, right? You can see it's all ricocheting because it's full. Yeah. I'm going to say off energy pulse. Now, if you notice, it's not pulling anything else out of this inventory. Why is that? The inventory is actually locked. So now we're just going to get wheat and hopefully seeds out of there. Because actually, we're not looking for wheat. We're just looking for the seeds, which should give you a hint as to what we might be doing in the next episode. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Kassarian. We now have our very own farm. And thank you. So, hope to see you guys next time. If you enjoyed the episode, give me a like, comment, or a subscription. I really appreciate it. It lets me know that you guys appreciate what I'm trying to do. All right. Thank you very much. And as always, happy mining.